Ladies and gentlemen.
Friends, Miss Molly here for today's edition of First Chapter Friday, and today we are going to be reading Pizzas, Pickles, and Apple Pie, the stories behind the foods that we love. All right, so this story is all about where our favorite foods come from. Okay, let me see. Who doesn't love food? Here's our first couple pages. We all have favorite foods. Yours might be pizza, or cereal, or sardines. But have you ever thought about where your food comes from? And I don't mean the grocery store, or the oven, or the delivery guy. I mean about where it really comes from. For instance, how old do you think your favorite food is? Not how long it's been in the back of the fridge, but when and where did people start eating it? Is your favorite food from another country? If so, how did it get here? By boat? Over land? Through the mail? And why did people start eating it? Was it tasty? Was it a convenient snack while working? You're going to learn some stories about food that will blow your mind. But first, some basic food facts. For centuries, people only ate what grew where they lived. If someone wanted food from some other part of the globe, if they even knew it existed, they were out of luck. Also, for many years, food took work to prepare. People had to make everything they ate from scratch. Some foods could take hours. They didn't have electric stoves or mixers to make it easy either. So let's go on a journey. We'll look at some foods we love and the stories of how they came to be. But first, why not grab something to eat before you turn the page? We'll start at the beginning of the day with breakfast. All right, breakfast. The sad, boring world before breakfast. Unless you're reading this book at the crack of dawn, you've probably eaten breakfast already. Maybe you poured yourself a bowl of cereal or scarfed down some scrambled eggs. You might be surprised to know that for centuries, nobody ate breakfast. Not as we think of it. In medieval times in Europe, physicians warned that eating breakfast was dangerous. They believed it caused digestive problems to mix food you just ate with food you hadn't pooped out yet. Don't worry, this isn't true. People who worked hard all day need a morning meal to keep them going. Even then, this might be just a hunk of bread and cheese and not your typical breakfast foods. So what happened? How did we start eating certain foods for breakfast? We'll start with the history behind what 90% of kids eat to start their day. What do you think it is? Breakfast cereal. Grains became a large part of people's diets because of the rise of agriculture, which allowed people to eat what they could grow rather than what they could gather, a steady food source that was now nearby. For example, Iroquois hunters started their day by eating grains to sustain them throughout the day. Ancient, not quite breakfast cereals. People ate grains all over the world to start their day for centuries, but they didn't come in boxes and weren't shaped into flakes or fun shapes. There weren't marshmallows either. However, in Europe, people did enjoy large breakfasts with meat and baked goods. Ham, pies, biscuits, all could be found on the breakfast table. Breakfasts grew larger, and British colonists brought these mighty breakfasts with them to the New World. America gets a breakfast bellyache. By the middle of the 18th century, a typical American breakfast included mutton chops, bacon, eggs, cornbread, and pie, and maybe some leftovers from the night before, all at one meal. As you may have noticed, these breakfasts had a lot of grease and not much fiber. Together with the other food they ate, this caused a painful condition called dyspepsia. Dyspepsia gave people a constant bellyache. Americans wondered what was going on. They thought they were eating good food. Dyspepsia forced people to rethink what they ate. Health experts decided that people needed a place where they could take some time off and fix their diet. They opened sanatoriums and fed people a more balanced diet that included a plant-based breakfast. And that brings about the cereal superhero John Harvey Kellogg. Everyone should be a vegetarian and eat bland foods with no spices and no dancing either, he said. Kellogg was a health fanatic on a mission to cure people's bad diets. He also had a pet cockatoo, always wore white because it was easier to see dirt, believed that nuts would be the main food supply of the future. Kellogg was a medical director of a sanatorium in Battle Creek, Michigan. He studied his patients' bowel movements, and he believed that people should poop 3 to 4 times daily for optimal health, and thought a good breakfast was the solution. All right, my friends, if you are enjoying this story and want to keep reading, definitely stop on by and pick it up. It's pretty entertaining, and I hope that you will consider finishing it. All right, my friends, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.